Good evening, Shobana ji. Welcome to London International Arts Festival 2013. We have a few questions for you today. What is Shobana's philosophy of Bharatanatyam?
Well, my philosophies keep changing, as everybody's philosophies change as we move on in life. So initially, it was all about the rigor and the splendor and the speed and the ability to communicate to an extent. But now it's all about enjoying myself first. It's about a little puja that you do for yourself, and it's about communicating the very, very rich and beautiful thoughts that our ancient Indian poets had to people here and now. Mm-hmm. It's about the Hindu philosophy. It's about lyrics. It's about love. It's about a whole range of emotions. For me, dance is not only dancing. I'm also teaching, and I've been teaching for the last 20 years, right? So it's about the movements. It's about a group. It's about involving as many people as possible, and it's like a movement. It's like a small mini movement. It's not about myself performing. If I want to do that, then I would be a solo performer.
What brought you to Bharatanatyam, and what was your initial inspiration?
I began to learn at a very, very young age. So I don't think I was, it was not like me, like a teenager who wanted to try something, and then you go surfing from place to place and then land up in a dance class, and then Mm-hmm. So my aunts were very, very famous actresses and classical dancers. So it was a proper thing for my mother to also put me in a dance class. I was very young and I don't remember actually.
In the Western world, for the kids who are born and brought up in this generation, there is a lot of fondness towards fast movement and various Western dances. But of late, we have observed that there is a lot of interest coming up to learn and appreciate a traditional art form, Bharatanatyam. And what are the measures taken by the senior artists like you to interest this generation?
The thing is, it's not about you purposefully making an attempt to lure the kids. Now, I don't know about the Western world because I don't perform so much as my colleagues do. So I don't actually travel, and then I don't have whole workshops, and I don't have large schools, and I don't publicize and do stuff and interact with the community so much. Mm-hmm. But I have, as I said, my own dance school. And kids, whether they're in India or whether they're abroad, are all the same. Like you have Indian children who are very westernized. Yeah. You have, born and bred Indian children abroad who are very, very Indian also. So it's about the way the parents actually bring them up. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. A lot of parents put them in dance class, Bharatanatyam classes, so that they can mix and meet with people of their own kind. So it doesn't just happen to kids outside of India, it happens in India also. Mm-hmm. That's also the main reason why, that's how you do it. You put your 6-year-old child so that hopefully when she's 13 she develops an interest and she's out of mischief also. Sure. Right? So it's the same thing. And I think you can't go around trying to catch the imagination of a child. So if you have a particular way of performing that will attract anybody, whether it's a child or whether it's an adult, then you do. Yeah.
You have achieved certain position in your field. How difficult or how easy was the journey, and what did you learn from that?
Depends on what you mean by a certain position in the field.
You have reached, you have got the Padma Bhushan, close, Padma Shri and all that. Okay. So, you have come to that position. So, what you would have struggled a lot.
I have not struggled to that position. Mm-hmm. And the aim was not to come to any position. The aim was just to be the way of life is just to be a performer and just to every day of your life to do what you're being taught, and you're learning, you're performing, you're teaching, and you're choreographing, and you're doing a little bit of research, and you're trying to experiment. So it's a way of life, and while you do that, if you get an award or a title, it's a good thing.
Okay. And I guess this is your first performance for LIAF. So
yes.
And how do you feel performing for London International Arts Festival?
Well, I'm very excited. I have come with a group of very young and talented musicians. Some of them are my students. And we have a very rich, classical and detailed, exciting. I can't say exciting. I'm excited. But it's a very, very detailed, classical, interesting margam that we've come up with.
Okay.
Where we've used, all the South Indian languages. We've done a piece in Hindi also. We've done a piece in Tamil. We've done a piece in Telugu, so on and so forth, and Malayalam and Kannada. So it's nice to do all these pieces. It's nice to see how people react to even, it's a very difficult art form to understand. And even me sometimes when I watch somebody else perform, I might not understand it. So given that particular burden of communicating, I'm looking forwards to the London audience.
We too. As you know that LIAF is very young and already made its mark very well. So what is your message to the organizers for the subsequent festivals?
My message to the organizers is, I know it's a tough thing to do, especially with Dr. Joe, and yourself doing it, here in a different country, trying to promote classical arts. And I know the thrust is on trying to promote South Indian classical arts. So it's, I say, carry on, continue. Things might be tough, but your work is always appreciated, not only by the artists, but you, I think you, instead of me talking about me, I think you're the main people that can attract the younger generation. So I think you should just keep doing what you're doing.
Any special message for your fans?
I would say that I'm happy to be here, and I'd like my fans to come. In fact, on the flight, I had a lot of people coming up and saying, "We're coming for the show." So that gives us a lot of motivation, and I hope to see you at the London International Arts Festival at Kenneth More Theatre on Deepavali.